Okay. Okay, I'm going to share my screen so that you can see what I do. Yeah, so we'll go to our NetAcad as usual. On top, netacad.com. Then on top right, I click on login. I enter my email address, or you can use your Google. You can use your email address. If you forgot your password, you can click reset, and yeah, you can create your own password, a long one. And you can come here, enter your password, and you'll be in your course. So on top, you should go to My Learning. If you go to My Learning, you will see all your courses here. So for now, it's only one, IT Essentials. So mine, I'm going to my classes. Want to log on. Another one. Okay. Okay, I come here, go to your class. Your class is where is this one. Then what will happen now? Let's see. Yeah. So today we're going to do chapter 5, very, very, very important one, networking concept. Networking concept. You cannot do IT if you don't know this basic stuff. The advanced ones will be in Cisco CCNA. So for now, this one is the basics one. In these tools files, Crypto Labs, you see, my hard drive is full. So if your PC is very slow, it might be that your hard drive is almost full. So if your hard drive is full, it will make everything a bit. What picture is that? I want to log in with. Okay. So this is what we are busy doing. Chapter 1, chapter 1, 2, 3, 4 was about knowing your PC, the component, report, and all this stuff for PC engineering. Now, chapter 5 and 6 will be networking, introduction to networking. You cannot do IT if you don't know basics of networking. So this one is just introduction. Then at the Cisco CCNA level, the next course, then there we do the deep one. So when we are there, we're going to use a tool called Packet Tracer. It's a network simulation tool where we can create some networks. So I come here and devices, can bring a laptop, can zoom in, can bring a PC, you can bring a printer. What is that printer of mine here? You can bring the printer. Over in here, who want to log on? Then what you have there, you need to link all of them with what you call a switch. You have a switch, it's a device to put all these PCs, laptops in one place. So in a company, the employees, we cannot see it. We just sit and start working. But for us IT, we know that behind each PC, we have a network cable that is connected to a switch. So if I show you a picture of an image of a switch, Cisco switch. That's why Saturday at the technical sessions, I'll bring a switch for you to see also. So this is an example of a switch. So it's a device that will bring all the PCs in one place. Where is it now, this guy? It should be popping up here. Yeah, it's here. Okay. So this is a switch. So it's this device. So when you have a PC, at the back of a PC, you have a network port. That thing, that hole is a network port. You put a network cable, you plug, and you bring one here. That's a network cable. So chapter 5 is quite long, so I'll try to make it short for you. I'll give you a big picture. It's quite long, they give you a lot of info. So I'll give you what's the most. So a network cable, also on Saturday, I'll bring a network cable. You see, it's a network cable. One connector here is called RJ45. You see, one end here is called RJ45. You plug it at the back of your PC or your laptop, and the other side you plug where in one of these ports. So each port has a name, a number. You can say F01, F02, 03, 04. Each port has a number. So when you do, so you see here, for example, if I zoom in, you can see the name of the port, FA01, FA02. So if I bring this PC on top, I bring this on here, and I bring the other one. So you see the name of the port. So the network cable from your printer or your PC, you plug to a port on your switch. See? So each port has a number. Then all these devices that are connected to the switch, they need to go to the internet, right? We need to go to the internet. So to go to internet, we need another device called a router. So what you're seeing here is not for you. It's for the next level, the next course, Cisco CCNA. So I'm just giving you an introduction. You bring a router here. That's a device that allows us to go to internet. If you don't have a router, no internet. That's why at home, you have what you call a Wi-Fi router. In a company, it's also a router like that. And the switch will bring all the pieces in one place at the switch. Then the switch will get connected to the router. The router is a device that knows the destination networks, where you want to go. It's like you're at the airport and you want to go to, let's say, to China. And the security guide is the router because he knows where to send you to. And the security guy will say, okay, go to gate number 10, go to gate number 20, number 1, number 2. So the security guard knows where to guide you. So the router is also like a security guard. You, the laptop, where do you want to go? You want to connect to what? So I want to go to cisco.com. Or say, oh, okay, use this way. So this is the router. That is a device that allows us to go to the internet. This one is a switch. Okay, switch. Yeah, this one is a switch. So now from there, you can go to the internet now. So you can go to the internet. So this is a basic network. A basic network. You have The first part that the employees can see, can touch, that part we call it what? The end devices. That's the very first part of a network, end devices. Then in the middle, we have what we call intermediary devices. I'm going to put the names here for you. So router and switch, we call them intermediary devices. The PCs, printers, we call them end user devices. Then we have the media. The end devices, they are connected to these guys. How? You can get connected via a network cable or the Wi-Fi or anything else. That's why in the questions I ask you, I didn't make it nice for you, but anyway. In the question I ask you what is the definition of a network? What is a network? Sorry. So a network is a collection of assets that are interconnected and they communicate between themselves. See, so in a network, we have three components. Collection of assets. This asset is what? PCs, routers, all of this stuff, the assets, they are all linked together, interconnected, and they communicate, they talk to each other. They talk to each other. So this is the definition of a network. So we can get computer networks, road networks, telephone networks. Even our human body is a network because we have assets is what? The arms, legs, heads. You see? They are all interconnected to our body and we communicate. If I need food, I walk to go to a fridge, my arms open the fridge and I eat, you see. So our human body is also a network. So now, what are the three parts of a network? We have the end devices, the end user devices that the employees can touch. Here is called end user devices. It's what the employees can touch. After that, we have the intermediary devices, switching and router, that will allow all these guys to get connected and get ready to go to the internet. It's what we called intermediary devices, routers, switches. Now we have a media. What will help them to get interconnected, to get linked? Because we can use a network cable or you can use Wi-Fi. So you can use a network cable to connect a PC to a switch and switch to a router, or you can go wireless, or you can also use fiber and all this stuff. So chapter 5 and 6 is introduction to network. So I give you a big picture. Then when you read, it will be more easier for you to. So these are the three parts of a network. So we have end devices. All these things will ask for job interview. I've been in job interview for many ways, so I know that's why. When I finish the chapter, I try to guide the students. Now, list some components in each part. So when you have end devices, we have the printers, the PCs, the laptops. When it comes to intermediary devices, you have routers, switches. And when it comes to the media, you can have the cables and Wi-Fi. These are question number 2, number 3. Now, this is a small network. We have different types of networks. It depends on the size. It depends on the size. So if you go back to your questions, these questions are made to help you focus on what is the most important. You see, anything in NetAcad is okay, but what you really need to focus a lot on. So I'm trying to help you, to guide you. And also, as you know, you have the recordings. Even if you miss a session, I post all the recordings in our YouTube channel. You can go there and find all the recordings. Go to playlist. And you focus on IT essentials. And yeah, you can scroll down and check the chapters you want here. You see, for example, chapter 5. Chapter 5, we have another chapter 5. So all the classes I have, I do the recordings and I post here. Even hours, when I'm done, I'm going to post. So even if you miss a session, you can come here and can see previous recordings or the current recording. Okay. So we have different type of side of networks. The different type of network, the type of network depends on the coverage or geographic area. So we have three type of, we have many, but the three main ones are LAN, local area networks, that covers an office or a building. So it's a small network, not too big. We call it LAN, local area network. Then if you go to city of Cape Town or a big university, you see now it's bigger. We call it metropolitan area network. Then when we take the network covering the whole South Africa, the whole Africa, Europe, the whole, we call it the one wide area network. So these are the three main ones that according to types of networks. Then if you ask you what's the difference between these three, it depends on the geographic area or the coverage. So the LAN, office, building, the MAN is the city or campus, and the one wide area network covers a country or component or continent. Okay, I skipped this one. The three generation of cellular, G1, G2, and sorry, not G1. Sounds back. 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, 6G. I forgot this one, but it's in your NetAcad. If you go there, you'll see it. Let me check. Is it this one here? If I come, I go to NetAcad. What is it here? I go to chapter 5. You see here network component and type, protocol and standard. Okay, this one is network devices, cables. Basic cables. What is that thing? Wireless. Let me check if it's here. So always think from time to time we do revision. Yeah, cellular generations. So all these questions, I grab them from the chapters. Chapter 5, each section, I grab some questions. I grab some questions and I ask here. So all answers are in your NetAcad. Cellular generation, 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, and all 6G. So if you scroll down, you have more explanation. How it's evolved, like iPhone 1, iPhone 2, iPhone 5, 10, 16, or what. The same thing. The more technology, the more security, the more features, the more it goes up. So these questions, you should also know that, you should know the answer. What are the cellular generations? So we have the answer is what? The answer is 1G, 2G, 3G. As always I say, you must be curious and you must do some research. Because job interview, we can ask you, when you go to look for a job, not always what you studied we can ask. We want to test your general knowledge. So we can ask you, explain to me the difference between 1G and 5G. So in your NetAcad, it's explained. 5G, now we have 6G. Chinese, even Chinese, we are now in 7G there. But for now, let's stop at 6G. In your NetAcad, 1G, the very first generation, the first generation of cell phones, it was for voice and calls only. And the speed was very, 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 very slow. Then we went to 2.5. Now we could browse. We could even play some small videos, play some games at the speed. Until now, 5G. It started in 2018, 7 years ago, almost 8 years ago. And support a lot of stuff. It's with speed now. So the more features we add, more speed, more security, safety, and all the security or whatever. Then you see. Now 6G, we implement AI. AI, AR, VR on this stuff. It started in 2022. So as an IT technician, it's important to know all this. If you work in a company, we don't care if you have PhD in IT, what, for them, employees, your IT, you know everything. Yeah. That's why you must upskills. That's why I always encourage people to go for CCNA when you have extra information. There we do the physical labs, the virtual labs with packet tracer, the way you see here. And when we are done, we go to the physical equipment. You bring your PCs, team one, you work maybe you have 3 guys. I'll give you network cables, I'll give you a switch, and you need to build a network. We're going to, at the CCNA level, we configure what is in the switch, what kind of configuration we can do. Like your cell phones, when you buy a new phone, you do some changes, some setups. What kind of setup you can do in the switch, in the router, in the security, you see. That's why it's advanced. Cisco certified. It's enterprise computer networking. So the best of the best. So chapter 5 and 6, just to open your mind about networking. The component of a network, the definition of a network, the size of networks. See, like me, I like making some notes the same way. I also encourage you to make some notes. My first job in South Africa, I did my Cisco CCNA 2005. And I was teaching in some colleges, and Cisco was advertising some jobs. So I had to, the deadline was, let's say, today at 5 p.m. I was teaching 2 p.m. So I had 3 hours to go drop to go do my exam quickly. I had to go home. I had to call a taxi. At that time, it was not Uber. I had a private taxi to go home to take some of your stuff to go to Johannesburg. I was in Pretoria to go to Johannesburg. So Pretoria, Johannesburg, 30 minutes. So I took all my notes that I did 3 years before. And in the taxi, I was quickly reading what I studied in 1 year. I had to study in 30 minutes. And that helped me a lot to do my exam. That's why always I do encourage students, make your own summaries, your own notes to help you. So now, after that, there is something called, what's the difference between a DHCP and DNS server? They're all together now? Okay. What is a DHCP and a DNS server? My teaching is, I also bring my experience, what I learned while I was working. I was network engineer. I bring you my teaching experience, my work experience, and how do you call interview experience. It's not only teaching, but I want you to be great job ready. Yeah, you see. That's why I'll share all of this in YouTube. What is DHCP in a company? So in IT or in a company, when you power on a PC, that PC needs an IP address. It's like your cell phone. If you don't have a SIM card and a number, you cannot call anyone. It's the same thing for a PC. The SIM card in a PC is the network interface card. SIM card for a PC equal NIC or network interface card. If you have and you don't have a SIM card, you cannot get a number to call someone. It's the same thing for a PC. You need a network interface card, and that network interface card needs a number called IP. So this recording, you can watch it many times. Watch it many times. So you see. So the PC needs a network interface card, and that interface card needs an IP, a number. So that IP, that number, see that number or that IP can be assigned manually. If yourself, you give yourself a number, we call it static number or static IP, it doesn't change. Or your Vodacom can send you, say, Max, okay, thank you for purchasing the SIM card. This is the number for you. So I got that number from Vodacom. So automatically or dynamically, you can get a number. Vodacom in our company is called DHCP server. So it's a device that will send all the PCs an IP address. So job interview, what is a DHCP server? Is a device in IT that assign IP addresses to PCs, you see. That we call DHCP server. Now, we also have something else called DNS server. DNS server is what? If I say www.cisco.com, the PC, so when you tap that in the PC in the browser doesn't know this one because PCs, they understand IP addresses, like cell phones. They only understand what? Numbers, cell phone numbers. They don't understand your name. Who is Max? Who is Jacques? Who is Emanuela? Who is Ruth? Christian, Denis, Jojo, Eunice, Grace, Gracia. It doesn't understand all these names. It understands your number, your ID number, or your cell phone number. So no number, it doesn't understand. So because we have so many numbers, so let's say a number, this is a number, for example. This is a type of IP address we can use like a cell phone number. So any device in IT need a cell phone number or an IP address. No IP address, you cannot communicate with someone else. So if I want to get some information about Cisco, I need to type the number. the Cisco number to dial, so that I say, Cisco, I need some information from you. Because for us human beings, we cannot memorize all these long numbers, it's easier for us to understand these ones. Cisco.com, it's easier for us instead of memorizing this. So to match these two, we create what we call a DNS server. So with DNS server, when you open your browser and you tap this, the DNS server will change that name to map to the correct IP address of Cisco for you to go to the internet. So if I open this and I tap here, cisco.com, normally the browser or the internet, we don't understand cisco.com. We understand IP addresses, the numbers. When you press enter, you will see that it's turning. The browser is turning. When it's turning, it means it's going to change this name to a number, to an IP address. That's why we call it DNS server. In any company, if you don't have DNS server, no one can go to internet. We need a DNS server. You need a DHCP server to give you IP addresses. You see. So step by step, don't rush. Take your time to. That's why before you start reading a chapter, focus a lot on what's the introduction, because it's going to guide you why you need to learn this chapter. You see here. So 1 minute, quickly read this one, and we continue. Christian, question? Who is Christian? I see a hand.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Good afternoon or good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes. Sorry, I have just a little question out of my curiosity. I want to understand, when you give that structure of, like, we have laptop and then switch, then we have the router and then internet. Yes. I want to understand. I have two questions on that. Where is the place of the server in this structure? The server will be incorporated in the switch or in the router, or where should we find that the server? Because I always hear server in the networking. Where should we put it in between?
The server is here. So the server is a device that will allow you to give you a service. For example, this is a restaurant. When you go to the restaurant, say, hi, I need to eat pap. We send you pap. I'll send pap to everyone. Or I want what? A burger. Then you see, so it's a device that has a lot of services: email server, web server, even DHCP server. If I click on it and I go to services, you see a lot of HTTP for the web. It's a lot of services that we'll do step by step. Normally, this one is at the Cisco CCNA levels. Then we study all this.
Oh.
Good question.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So is it incorporated in that switch, if I understand clearly?
Yeah,
or
it's
is it just a
switch.
separate device? It's connected. Okay.
No,
and secondly, when you okay. When you gave those 3 types of networking, you gave a local one, the metropolitan, and the wide area. So I want to understand, when a company let's say you are working for a company which they have the remote working, so they can work from home and they have their office. In that situation, that which kind of networking is that? That are we in the metropolitan, or are we still in under the covering of local area networking? So when a company, because you can work different places, but for the same company, after COVID, many people start working from home. So I want to understand that kind of networking. Are we still under the metropolitan, or is local area networking?
Okay, very good question. So your company is here. So it's a local area network. Now, if you work from home, you're still accessing your company network, that is a LAN, local area network. When you work from home, it's what we call a remote access only. So it's not because your company network doesn't cover the whole city of Cape Town. You see, it covers only the building, so it's a LAN. But you want to access that LAN, you see. So what you do is only, we call it only a remote access. That's all. That your company is a LAN, local area network.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, welcome. Any other questions? It's good to ask questions. Else, the day we meet at the technical sessions, then we can you can also be also free to ask questions. We'll be working in teams, and yeah, as I explained many times. Also, when you finish studying the introduction, you can also, if it's too much for you, go straight to the summary also. So the summary, in this chapter, you learn about the different type of components, devices, services, and protocol that now with different type of network, we have many PANs, LANs, VLANs, and what. But the main ones are what I did explain to you. And we have the cabling, the media, and other stuff. If you see protocols is what? It's a set of rules to agree how we're going to communicate. For example, you, my student, and me, the teacher. If I start speaking Chinese to you, it won't work. Or Russian to you. You must agree, Mr. Max, let's speak English. It's an agreement. It's a protocol. We meet Mondays, 6:30. It's an agreement. It's a protocol. So a protocol is a set of rules. How are we going to agree to communicate, to work together? We call it protocols. Yeah, so we get protocols that will run the Wi-Fi, anything related to wireless. What is the whole protocol to manage wireless? We call it 802.11 standard. So each standard, each type of stuff, you will see that. So if you see it, don't panic. There's a set of rules to manage, for example, a topic. Also. So yeah, network cables. So next time we can also do that. We can do 5 and 6 is almost the same. So I'll try to combine. So for now, I give you a big picture. Now next Monday we go a bit deeper. But at least for now we go step by step. We go through these questions I sent to you that will at least help you. So as an IT technician, you should know what is a DHCP server. It's a device in the company or in the network, you see, that will assign IP addresses to all these PCs. Because when you power on your PC, you need an address to communicate. So the DHCP will say, okay, use 08156522210 for 3 days. After 3 days, come ask me again. You see. So each IP I send to you, there is a lease agreement. I'm going to show you one from my network interface card at a CMD. Click here. Then what will happen? Someone want to log on. I need to clear some of my then here there is a command that you'll know a bit later, ipconfig /on. So it's a command to view some properties on your network interface card. For example, for our cell phone, we go to settings, then we can see a lot of stuff. So settings here, you tap IP config, always are in network header. I just give you the big picture. IP config /on. And because I'm at home, I'm using my Wi-Fi. I go down to Wi-Fi stuff. Always a network interface card. It can be virtual. You see, I'm using my Wi-Fi. I'm at home, my Wi-Fi router. And I can see here, this is my IP address. It has been given to me yesterday and is going to expire tomorrow. So after tomorrow, after 6 p.m., 6:30, if I power on my laptop, ask again to my DHCP. So when you have a Wi-Fi router combines all these three. It's a router that allows you to go to internet. You can connect a network cable at the back, and also a DHCP server that will give you IP address to your phones, to your laptops, and all the phones. So a Wi-Fi router is bigger. It's a device that combines Wi-Fi, router, switch, and DHCP server. So after tomorrow, 6:30, my laptop will need a new IP. It's going to ask. Okay. You see, my DHCP server is here. It's the IP address. So you see, in IT, anything, any device is an IP. It's like your cell phone has a cell phone number. See with DNS, if you don't have DNS, it cannot change your cisco.com to IP address. So all these things are very, very important. We study them deeper at the Cisco CCN11. So for now, IT Essentials, Chapter 5, networking concepts. It just will let you know that these things exist. Now for configuration, troubleshooting, and all that, that's why they say after IT Essentials, we move to the Cisco CCNA where the big deals are. And when you finish, you get very well paid also. As I said to you, I left my country, come to South Africa because of Cisco CCNA, and that helped me a lot in this country. A lot. That's why by experience, I do encourage students, but it's up to everyone. We continue a bit. In 10 minutes, we'll be done, no worries. Now, what is AAA in a company? Okay, let's go to firewall. What is a firewall? A firewall is like a security guard, like how do you call them? ADT, to protect your home. Or you can have a physical guy that's there. And if someone wants to come, say, who are you? Show me your ID. Who do you want to see? Do you have an appointment? If yes, the security guy will call at the reception. Hi guys, I have Christian here or Ruth here. Or Amandine is here. She wants to see Mr. Max. Can I allow her to come in? Yes or no? No. Then Amandine, the security guy will say, sorry, CC, you cannot come in. If Mr. Max says yes, then Amandine can come in. So a firewall is a device or a software that will filter traffic in and out. What traffic will allow in the network and what will be denied. So when you have your network, you cannot have, let's say, police or security guard. So to secure your network, you need what you call a firewall to filter. For example, I don't want my employee to watch porns. So it's a device that is here. You configure, you block any porn sites. So this one is a security device, a firewall, where you set some rules. If you see, so the rules say if you see a site that is marketing, block, because my people, they need to work, not shopping. You configure. If you see something relating to downloading music or videos, block it. I want my people to work properly. They must not spend time to download. So a firewall is like a police. You put it here. And all the traffic, this guy will say, okay, you know what? I want to go to this website. Now, the security will check inside. Are you allowed to go to that website? Yes, then you go. If you're not allowed, you block it. This is how it is. For example, I want to download Kali Linux. I'm going to show you. Download. Kali Linux is for cybersecurity. Kali Linux. And you see that the firewall will block me because I'm not allowed to download huge files. If I come here, virtual machines, I click recommended, I see download. See, web page blocked. Because what? My firewall says I'm not allowed to download all this stuff. You see? You must read it. The web page you are trying to visit has been blocked in accordance to the company policy. This is an example of firewall. To block, to allow or deny traffic in or out your network. Firewall. It's a device or a software where you set the rules. So you know what is firewall? And security devices. You have Cisco ASA, what I show you, IPS, IDS. We have many devices. So all this stuff is the Cisco CCN11s. For now, it's to let you know that they do exist. What's the difference between a router and a switch? A switch will group all the pieces in one place. This is the switch. All these pieces, you put them in one place. And the router will allow anyone to go to the internet. No router, no internet. So all these things at the CCNA level, I bring equipment, we do the configuration, we do a lot of nice stuff. Now, job interview, cabling. What is the difference between RJ45 and RJ11? RJ45 is normal network cable, like this one. Yeah, this is RJ45. We have 8 pins. I'll bring it also on Saturday. 8 pins. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, if you RJ11 is for telephone, the old telephone, RJ11. They are very small. You see, they are small like that. It's for telephone. And we have there 4 pins only. The last one that we can do, so we did security, switch, we did firewall. Now the last one is called AAA. So it's the last one for today. So today and next Monday, it's 5 and 6 combined. So next time I'll go a bit deeper for applied networking, what we can do in networking. AAA is called authentication, authorization, and accounting. So AAA is a system to manage users, their logins, and allow them to do what we can do, and we can trace what we did. So if you go in a company, you power on a PC, you need username and password. We call it authentication. Who are you? We know you, you're in. Now, what you can do, are you allowed to print, to scan, to download, to go to internet? Are you authorization? Then accounting, what have you done the whole day? The system can know. So AAA is also a server to manage username and password, who is allowed to do what? And also, if I need to catch who was watching this website, you don't want to say, no, it's not me. I go to this to this device and I'll check and I'll catch the person who's doing that. Accounting, to trace whatever you did. So it's also a device in IT, a AAA server. Okay, guys, so that's all for today. So it's a networking concept. So you should know the definition of network, the three parts of a network, some component, each part, different type of networks, the difference between LAN, WAN, and WAN, the generations of cellular, 1G, 2G, and what. You take your time to document yourself. This is the real IT, not Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint. No, these are basic stuff. When you talk about IT technician, we pay you to help us in our company. It's this kind of training. But if you put on your CV, I know Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint only, we'll teach you. But knowing this stuff, it's good. And from here, the company can train you to do something more, more than that, like CCNA or cybersecurity or what. So this one, the basics, everyone start from here. You should know the difference between what is a DNS server, a DHCP server, what is AAA. So the question I did post in the WhatsApp group, you have all the answers here. What is a firewall? The difference between RJ45, RJ11. The difference between a router and a switch. So as explained, the first part, we teach you 3 months. You do exams. When you are done with the training, the NETA card is still open for you for 6 extra months. It means even if you are done, you can still access your course material for 6 extra months. Now you can come here on your own time, 1 chapter per week, you read yourself. For students going to a CCNA, I'll open for them for 1 year, so that you can still have time to. And sometimes you have some nice videos that can help you. So that's all for today. And where is your class here? Next Monday, we'll be doing chapter 6. It's also networking, apply networking. We'll continue the same way. I'll give you what is a lot of stuff also. Thank you so much, guys. Don't forget to do your chapter exams. There is no deadline. Take your time. It's not competition. Yeah, take your time to do them. And also, Saturday, for those who did register, please, we meet Cape Town Science Center. And just need to Google it, Cape Town. It's near that big hospital in Observatory on Main Road. Science Center. That's a big hospital. I never know how to pronounce that name. Image or maps. Yeah, it's a nice place where we. So when you're in here, there is the reception, the lady on Saturday, you tell her you come for IT class. So you go to the boardroom, 2nd floor boardroom. yeah. Then you go up, you will see the entrance here. When you enter, there is a lady at the reception. You tell her, I'm going to IT course, IT class at your boardroom, second floor. And there are some stairs here. You go to second floor. And you're there. That's all. It's quite a nice place. And yeah. Yeah, so you can come anytime. You can leave anytime. It's up to you. But we'll be there from 9 to 4 p.m. 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's good to come early to learn more. Benefit, because it's the only way we see us physically. So this is an example of switch I can bring. We meet physically who is who. This is Mr. Max who's talking to us. This is Christian. This is okay, this one was still at us. This and some routers. So in the old days, I did in the mornings, but a lot of people are working in the mornings. That's why now I do Saturdays. So that at least, yeah. So we'll be, CCNA guys will be that side and you guys will be here. And yeah, I'll bring equipment like these ones. I give you some homeworks. You work in groups, in teams. And yeah, you give me your answers, group by group. It's a nice place. Okay, at the end, all the classes of 2026, all the IT Essentials classes, all the CCNA classes, cybersecurity classes, in week 1, December, we meet for the graduation. Yeah, nice meals, nice music. And, okay, thank you very much. Any questions? Else, let us meet on Saturday. Don't forget to bring your ATN for contribution for me to pay parents, not parent, the booking venue. Don't forget, if you have laptops, bring them. If you don't have, it's fine. Bring your chargers, your extensions. It's a very nice one. Very nice one. Thank you so much, guys. Enjoy your evening, and let us meet face to face Saturday. Have a good evening, and I'll post the recordings tomorrow. Thank you very much, guys, and have a good evening.